Yo, 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 welcome back to Quasi Bowl TV. Big up to Mandem in the building. Thank you so very much for joining me for another edition. Big up to Mandem. Baz, are you available, man? If you're available, man, shout me a holla on WhatsApp and I'll send you the link. Big up to yourself for being here. Everybody out there. Thank you. Good to see everybody here. Let's do some house cleaning. You know what I mean? I'm glad to see everybody in the building. Everybody doing great. You know, Liverpool have had some tough time this week, a great time this week, but somebody thought that they could mess up our high. But we are glad that the people that got hurt are still okay, and we're still praying for them. So keep up the prayers for all the people who got hurt during the parade. But the parade was awesome. The parade was awesome. I told people it's going to be 1.5 to 2 million. And it looks like we are hitting those numbers. It seems like we're hitting those numbers. Yeah, I know in the beginning somebody said 800, 750. I'm like, are you crazy? We hit 750 with Carabao Cup and FA Cup. Champions League, we were in the 800s. In the league, that's what the problem was with the city. I think the city did a very poor job by organizing everything. And next time, they need to be ready because we do not want something like this to happen again. You cannot blame the club. You cannot blame the fans. The fans came in there to do what they're supposed to do, to cheer, support, and be excited about their club. The players and the club did their job. The city did not. Somebody tell me otherwise. We got psychedelic scientists is in the building. Big up, my friend. Big up, my friend. How you doing? People, well, come in, people. Walking into the barbershop. As you can see, I am in the barbershop. You know, you need a haircut, you need a trim. I got you. You know, your boy got you. This is a community channel. So if anything you want to say, put it in there. We will share it with everybody. Don't let me be the only one talking. But today we got so much stuff to talk about. We're not going to waste too much time on that. I got you. I will send the link right now. We're gonna what should I say? We're gonna discuss so many massive transfers are going on. There's a lot of things going on, and I have so many questions. Even though they're exciting, I still have questions about them. The question is it good to have too many of our players leaving in one window? Yes, it will bring money, but should only slot out? Okay, let me restart. Basically, we are blowing up the team and restart from fresh. We just won the league, right? We just won the league. Yes, we are bringing in some very, very, very good players. However, even these great players, they still have to gel and learn from a new league, especially those who are coming from outside. They have to learn how to play the Premier League. They're great, and I'm sure that some of them will start. Will hit the road running or the ground running, as they say. But let's be real. Is it good to have one big summer rather than, slowly phasing in a few people in there? You know what I mean? Big up yourself, man. Good to hear that you're doing well. Good to hear you're doing well. People, please hit the like button. Hit the like button. You know how YouTube does me. YouTube don't like me, and they will steal some of my likes. Yes, I said it, YouTube. I know you can listen, you could hear me. So that's the question, though. Is it good? Because we're going to talk about the massive transfers that are going around. A lot of, we already know the big three that are coming already, right? We already know that the deal is done. It's just formality. Bournemouth is still looking for some more money, but we will get the deal done. Frimpong is already in, as you can see. But the question is it counterintuitive to have so much new players at once? Big up to Honesty is in the building. Honesty, what going on? He said a deal between Liverpool and Milo Kirkes. It's in the final stages. Only a matter of time now. Player has given his yes to the club. The player had already given his yes to the club. And they, like I said, it's between Bournemouth, who's trying to get more money, right? And hey, as they should, why not? The decisive factor in his decision was that Arne Slot offered him ownership of the number 10 role at the Liverpool in Munich. He will had, that one we have to be careful. What do you mean ownership of the 10 role? The number 10 jersey, whatever, right? We have to understand that Wirtz is a player that plays multiple positions. Number 10, he's coming for the number 10. Facts. However, if we need him in another position, you know what I mean? Psychedelic say, I'm remaining optimistic. What if they get even better than the team last season? Frimpong, Wirtz, and Kirkers could link up and perform better than the likes of Jota and Nunes. That's assuming that we play as. That's the question that I'm asking. And before I continue, I need to bring my man, one of my day ones in the building. I got Baz in the house. Baz, wagwan, man. Good to see you, man. It's been ages, man. Where you been all my life?
It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. Big up to you. Big up to everybody in the chat. Psychedelic scientists, come on.
Yes, sir. Psychedelic is hitting me up with some good questions right now, man.
Yeah, let me see that. Let me see them arms, though.
Oh, I've been, you saw me. I'm trying to get the, what's his name? Etihad. I forgot his name. I call him Etihad. Etihad is, I think that's position, man. Maybe move up one of them, strength and conditioning coach, and then, hire Kwesi in there. You know what I mean? I'll have all the man them looking like me. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about, man. If people in the chat, man, if you ain't following Quasi, check his socials, man. This guy is determined, man. You should see the face.
Bro, I'm working on it. Hey, we got Irishman in the building. Irishman, all you have to do is give me the thumbs up if you want to come in, because this conversation, I need all of you guys. You guys have the cerebral to answer this question, right? So, this is my question. And we will talk about the transfer. We have massive transfer news going around right now. You guys heard some of them yesterday and then the couple of days before. And some of them, we brokered them, but, we will not take the credit because it's for all the Liverpool fans to enjoy this. But, Baz, do you think it's a great idea? And the reason why I'm saying that is because I will share this real quick. Where is my... This gentleman here, there's always been news about this gentleman, right? Every summer, there's always news that he's going to Barcelona. He's going to Barcelona, and then now Saudi Arabia is coming in, right? Do you think, because we already know that Nunes is going, we know that at least 6 or 7 players are going. Now he's becoming the 8th or probably the 9th. Do you think it's a good idea to blow it up, even though we're gonna bring great players? Do you think it's a good idea?
No. Look, I can appreciate money has to come back from somewhere, innit? And obviously a lot of these players at the moment who are under contract are they're putting up little, like encrypted messages on their social media, etc. Yeah. You just don't know what's going on. However, we do need to recruit, and I'm a bit worried because you're not sure who's going, and we still need to build that team on top of what we've got. We need to keep some of our players. Like Diaz is one of those ones that will but will split, opinions in the league. Yeah. I, for one, like him because he's a great ball carrier. He's got his tricks. He relieves pressure when we're on the transition, and me, for one, would be a little bit worried if he is going. Right. Obviously, I think scientist in here was talking about Nunes potentially going and stuff. Maybe someone like Nunes, if we can get some good money for him, we can let him go. Yeah. But yeah, I am a bit concerned, and the answer is no.
And that's what I'm saying, because yes, it's exciting to bring new players, and I'm sure they're gonna spend the money wisely. Liverpool 9 out of 10 times spends the money wisely, right? Even on the worst summer, it was 8 out of 10. But the thing is, the team has a cohesion right now, because a lot of people are looking at it like this way. They see the mistakes that was on during the season, right? So they're looking at it like, well, if we get this player to play this position, we're going to get better. But they're not putting into account that Yeah, but that player also have to be part of a system that he also have to gel with them. These players have been together for a minimum of 3 years. Right? So they know how everybody think, they are in sync. So when you blow it up like that, even though great players almost think alike, they still have to learn. So for me, yes, okay, Diaz is going, exciting prospects out there, but Diaz is one of those guys I don't want to lose.
Yeah, we don't want to lose him. And if we do lose him, it's vitally important we get someone that can do something like him. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But we'll obviously improve on him with like maybe assists and stuff like that. But when we look at our team, we're probably the best transitional team in the league.
Yes.
And he is a big factor in that. And I think, you know, today I've obviously been seeing that we've been linked with Nico Williams. So, I mean, if we are to sell someone like Diaz, then Nico Williams would be an ideal replacement. But the most important thing ultimately is to make sure we have a replacement, someone that can do the job.
Yeah.
So yeah. But
yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, like if we do lose Diaz, then yeah, someone like this guy in, you know, it's a must because we are trying to build a squad.
Yes.
You know, we will pick up injuries as time goes by, and just got to make sure we're careful.
Yes, yes, and I mean, I'm a big fan of Nico Williams. I think he should have moved last season. Going back to Balboa didn't do good for him because he hit his peak in the La Liga, and if he was going to be in La Liga, he should have gone to Madrid or go to Barca to, you know, be with better players so that he sees that, bro. Yeah, in Balboa you are the dude, but in other places you just another player, right? I think that yes, I agree. If we're gonna lose Diaz, Nico Williams is one of obvious choice for me. I don't know if people remember, I had 3 players last season. Last summer, I said Nico Williams, Musiala, Isak were the 3 players that I wanted last summer, but it didn't happen. We brought Chiesa. But yes, Nico Williams will be a very good player to replace Diaz. But is Nico Williams going to give us the same thing as Diaz has given us, or we will have to wait maybe halfway down the season before we see Nico Williams? Hence the reason why I feel like as much as I want so many transfers at the same time, brother, slow your roll. It has to fit. It has to fit. You see what I'm saying?
100%, because remember some of these players that we're getting are not Premier League proven. It will take time to adjust in there. So you know, we need to kind of hit the ball, the ground running, so to speak, because that's how we were successful last year. And it's no different this time around. You could have like a whole bunch of players coming in, but there's no chemistry, and it takes a while. And before you know it, you're off the pace. And these other guys, Arsenal, City, and them lot, they're gonna be waiting.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And we got Real McCoy here. He just woke up with violence today. He said, Michael Edwards is not a fool like you to sell Diaz and buy rubbish Williams. Okay, so if Williams is rubbish, who will you pick, Mr. McCoy, since you are the real one? You know football than everybody else, because I always see you in the spaces just throwing grenades at everything. But if we were to get Williams, do you think he fit, or Baz, do you have somebody else in mind that you said, maybe I want somebody like this brother here, because creative wise, because when I was looking at stats for between Diaz and Williams, they're very identical. They don't score that many goals. They don't give too many assists, but they are mavericks, right? Nico Williams' maverick is he is quick, so he could stretch out defenders. At any time, a team is always watching him, because if you, like you were saying, we are one of the best transitional teams. If we get a transition and you give Virgil one of those diagonal balls, this guy will stretch any defense out. The problem is the final third, which has always been a problem for Liverpool.
Yeah. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, this guy's got a relatively small buyout clause. So in terms of what Real McCoy is talking about, it's definitely an FSG kind of signing because they don't go, they don't really go look to buy 100 million, 80 odd million pound players. So this would fit someone like FSG kind of signing, so to speak.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they are very similar. They are very similar. Nico Williams is younger. It will cost cheaper, and if we sell Diaz on a profit, then it will make sense. And remember, he still hasn't agreed a contract yet.
True.
So and I'm talking about obviously Diaz.
Yes.
So if we, I was watching. Was it Kopish? Big up to Kopish.
Big up Kopish.
Yeah, there was one gentleman who I think is a Barcelona fan. I don't know how true it is. I haven't really looked deeply into it, but I'm hearing that we might be looking to sell Diaz for around the 85 million pound mark.
Yeah, that's the money that's been tossing around. Yep.
Yeah. So if it's like an 85 million pound mark, and we go and buy someone like him for about 50 odd million or whatever his release clause is, then we're buying someone younger. We're buying someone very similar. Probably on the same sort of wages and for cheaper, so it does make sense. Yeah,
and I mean, I personally believe that Barcelona don't have the money because they like Diaz. They've been liking Diaz for Deco has loved Diaz for about 3 years now. But there's also another big money pocket, Saudi Arabia. Is it Al Nasser? People in the chat, am I getting the name right? Yes, Al Nasser is the one that they are coming in with like, bro, we want you right now. Now, the thing that I think Diaz is caught between a soft place and a hard place, even though that's not how we say it, is this is a World Cup season. But the good thing for him is, other countries don't really care about where you play, except you are playing, compared to Europe, where you always have to stay in Europe and play in the top league. He can go to Saudi Arabia and still play for Colombia.
Yep.
And this is generational wealth that he's going to get. I mean, look at Bruno. Bruno right now, his agent is in Riot talking to people about to make Manchester United very rich right now. And I think Manchester United will sell. But I believe if somebody comes in with between 75 to 95 million, Liverpool take the money. What do you think?
Oh yeah, they will definitely take the money. And that's a team that Cristiano Ronaldo plays for, right?
Yeah. I think he's leaving too. So they need a big time player to take over.
This is it. But you know what? Sorry, I mean the question previously, right? I mean, there are many other players that we could go and get. You know what I mean? It's not just Nico Williams. There's also, like the not rumors, but the Anthony Gordon thing still is sticking. I don't know how serious and whichever, but he's another player. He's just one player to be.
Hey, Baz, real quick. Hey, yo, Real McCoy. We like to have good conversation in this channel. We are not like all the other content creators that allow you to go crazy. Don't insult people in this chat. If you have something to say it, but please do not insult people. Otherwise, brother, hey, bye-bye. Okay? I give everybody the chance to speak their mind, but one thing that we don't do is insult other people. All right? It's okay to disagree. This is what this channel is all about. But you can't come up here and start insulting people like that. All right? So if that's how you do it, go to those channels that allow you to do that. We will take our small community and we'll keep it clean. So I appreciate you being here, but if you're going to be insulting people, please be out. Otherwise, I will ask one of my mods to get you out of here. All right? Big up to Mandem. Let me shout out. Uncle Albert is in the building. I haven't seen this gentleman in so long. He's just on Twitter, just causing chaos. Good to see you, my brother. Everything is well. We got Truden. Truden is in the house. Thank you, Truden, for setting the tone, man. Thank you so much for taking the tone. We are not even Irishmen. Thank you. Irishman, if Mandem is acting a fool, man, permission, you could get him out. We're not here for idiots. Bye-bye. If we are all idiots, thank you. We don't want to see you again. Peace. Go find yours another channel. Thank you. Please, Baz, I apologize. Continue.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. And yeah, just to emphasize that, you know what I mean? We are all allowed to have our opinions on here. Nothing is is idiotic, and at the end of the day, we are entitled to. And if you're not interested in what's going on over here, then with respect, maybe go somewhere else where things are a bit more to your liking.
Yeah, go place where they do insult. We don't do insult here, but please continue. Give the people what they need to hear, man. So I'm gonna say once. I think Ronaldo is retiring from that place. He posted something about the same thing that you were talking about. All these tweets that people are, especially these players, are kind of coming out. This is a weird transfer window for me, man. All these players are talking a lot, man. Even on our side, you got Salah and Virgil telling that it's going to be a big summer. When do you ever hear Liverpool players talk about our transfer business? It's usually on the hash. Ronaldo saying basically he's done. So Diaz is they want Salah is the ultimate, but they're not going to get Salah. But brother, if they show up with 85 to 95 million, man, I might look at FSG like, bro. yeah. You know what I mean?
100%. And I think it has been a very interesting one because we don't really do our laundry in public.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting, these encrypted messages. The only thing is, it's one of those ones where you just simply don't know what's going to happen with players and that. Like I said, my concern at the moment is just making sure we have the squad, because we have seen that things can go south, very quickly. And I get it. There are players like Nunes who is young and is still under contract that we can get shipped off.
Yeah.
But the important thing is we need to make sure, and we probably will touch into this afterwards, but striking positions, he's one of them. And then obviously Jota,
yes.
Jota is still the best finisher in
our team.
And if we don't replace him with someone decent, then we can't get rid of him. It's as simple as that. But it's been very encrypted, very interesting so far, and it's definitely not like Liverpool. But I think the transfers that are getting done quickly at the moment is based obviously on this mini window that we have for the World Club Cup.
Right.
And I think this is why a lot of players...
Oh, that's true. That's also true. Yeah, you're right. Because now, let's talk about it then. Whatchamacallit? I know a lot of people... I heard... oops. Why? Let me remove this. So... I want to hear your thing. And Uncle Albert, you don't like this guy, so don't curse at him. I was listening to Talk Shit. They what's his name? Gabriel. I could never say his last name, right? He's talking up. Yeah, he was saying that, hey, I don't care. Let me start it this way. This is the reason why fans should never run a football. It makes sense that you say, you know what, 2 fingers up in the air, wait till July before you get Trent, because that's your feelings speaking, right?
Yeah.
But when your brain is speaking, it's saying, bro, 10 million, man. 10 million for 2 weeks work. Basically, he's 2 weeks. We're making 10 million. Yes, we could have making 20 million in January, but we needed him to finish the league off, right?
Yeah.
And literally, they're gonna basically we're loaning him for 10 million. Why not? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, people will be like, let him sit there and rot till July, then he can go. No, people. That's why FSG do good business. Yes, they could put their emotion out there and say, you know what, Trent, you played us. Sit here till the season is, transfer window is actually up, then you can go. But bro, we're making 10 million. Who makes that kind of deal in the first place?
Yeah. When you look at it, it's the most expensive fee for someone that's free in literally a month's time, and it made sense. And I did listen to that bit from Gabriel Balaho, regarding that, and you're 100% right. At the end of the day, we're not like that. We don't do our stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the guy wants to go. There's no point having someone that is just going to be moping around,
right,
and stuff. And he's still under contract. But at the end of the day, we got our replacement in. It makes no sense to pay 2 people's wages.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, they're taking care of his wages for, you know, until for about a month, and on top of that, we got about just shy of 10 million quid in profit for someone that didn't cost us anything. I do understand one thing that he was saying in terms of, you know, the fact that Real Madrid just come in and flex their muscles and everyone should just bow down. That's the only thing I agree with him. But nevertheless, like you said, it's a business, isn't it? And you know, that's gone towards, you know, a bit of Frimpong's money, you know, transfer or potentially Wirtz or Wirtz, whoever.
No, I mean, I agree, and that's the part where I'm like, don't let your emotion cost you 10 million. 10 million is a lot of money. It may not look like it, but that's basically Frimpong's wages for 3 years. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just, you know, it's good to, you know, stick one to the person, you know, stick one to Madrid. You guys think you are bigger than us, but no. This is business. We try to conduct proper business, and you can't take it personal. But before we continue, let me shout out a few people who are in the building. Of course, Truden is in the house. Uncle Albert just came through the building. Kevin, long time no see. Good to see you, brother. Thank you. Dustin is in the house. Mark A is in the building. Liverpool Goals is in the building. You know, he's thinking, who else thinks Etiquette News is just a distraction for another striker we are after? I said it from day one. I don't think he is the player. He's not ready yet. I don't think maybe a year, but we still need I know it's hard right now. The striking, you know, football has moved away from the striker position. It has always been a false 9 or a false 9.5, like we call it these days. So strikers have kind of disappeared. So right now, the striker market right now, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna be talking about it. You know the player that we want, Baz. I mean, that is, you know what I mean. We would talk about it. Tapser said the club must have told Salah and VVD. Exactly, I believe that, because as much as everybody thinks Salah is selfish, Salah wants more trophies and more record. He would rather stay there with players to help him get there. Now, we will see it if he wants to make it happen, right? Talking about it is different, but, you know, letting it work is also a different thing. Harrison is in the house. We're going. We got Agri. Paul is relentless as usual. He's in the house. We got people. What's his name? Playbook of Eli is in the building. It's the first time listening from Boston. Oh, my brother, you are very close to me then. I'm on the other coast, man. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. Thank you so much for coming through. Please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't, please. If you haven't, please subscribe. This guy, Kev Hodge, is trying to damper our mood this summer. He said, Wirtz deal off. He is staying at Leverkusen. We got Don. Dara Azizi is Arizona. Bro, how hot is it over there right now? Because today we're gonna hit triple digits on the West Coast in the northern sector, which is usually doesn't happen. I want to see how hot it's gonna be there. Big up yourself, Dana. Please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for joining us. Irishman said, don't sleep on Rio Nguma for next season. The club have huge faith in him. I agree. I think he is going to get more playing time than people anticipate. What do you think? Young Rio, Baz?
100%. I'd like to see this guy get integrated this season. Obviously, we're not talking about 10, 15 starts in the Premier League, but, get him back into the FA Cup, Carling Cup, games that we've secured. You can bring him in definitely because he is the future.
Yeah.
He's an absolute baller.
Yeah. No, that kid, I think he's gonna be something else, man. He is gonna be something else. I have this. He kind of give me this kid in Barcelona, this crazy hair kid who his hair is blonde. He's he came in 16 years old. Now he's 17. He thinks he's all that. People think he's gonna win the Ballon d'Or. You know his name, Yamal or Lamal or whatever his name is. But when I watch Young Rio, he gives me that vibe. I'm not gonna say he's like him. People, I'm not giving that kind of pressure on the kid yet. But I'm saying they play with no care. They just want to play ball. I love players like that. They are ballers. That's why what's his name? Thiago Alcantara was one of my favorite of all time. They just ball without they just want to play ball. It doesn't matter where you put him in there. They just want to play ball.
100%. 100%. I hear what King Kush is saying, that he's young and he's raw. Yeah, it's true. We're not expecting anything from him this season, to be fair. We're talking about his development in it, really.
Yeah.
I was having a chat with, I think, Irishman Brian and a few of the other lads a few nights ago about integrating youngsters and stuff like that, and how Slot might be a little bit different to what Jurgen Klopp is in terms of, Slot was able to bring in youngsters, whereas, his first season, Slot was more, I need to win this sort of thing before I start tinkering with the team. But inevitably,
real quick, Baz, real quick. Brian, if he becomes disrespectful, then let's give him time. Let's see if he will come out of this nonsense he's spilling. But if he becomes disrespectful, he's out of here. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sorry, Baz.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? It would be nice to see him get some opportunities.
Yeah. No, Ali, I did not compare. I just said that's the vibe that they play the game. Stop this, Ali. I know you and Honesty always trying to get me in trouble. I said the way they play is a new vibe. They don't play. They play like they're playing at the park. They play with such a freedom, right? It's like they are the only one on the field. I didn't say he's like him. I just said the style they play is different. These people, man, I see what you're doing, Ali. Redbird is in the building. We got Hustle Bones is in the house. Big up yourself. Thank you so very much. LA, big up yourself. MK Toe is in the house. Now, Baz, let's talk about this Wirtz situation. What do you think Wirtz is going to bring to Liverpool? I mean, people are saying he's going to be the number 10. Some people say he might move to the left. Some people say he'll probably be the number 9.5 since we are not going to spend any more money. We're just going to go for him and then that's it. Looking at Wirtz, when you heard Liverpool's going after Wirtz, what was your inclination like? Is it like this is America? Because I've been talking about Musiala for a long time. We just happen to get the different German. So what was your head and what you envision like? You know what? This is where I want Wirtz to play. Mm-hmm.
Well, the starting of it all, we got the second half of Musiala. So I mean that's close enough for now. So I know how you love Musiala. That's his voice. So yeah. When we were linked with him initially, I was like, yeah, you know what, good old newspaper talk and social media talk. We're Premiership champions, isn't it? So
yeah,
we'll be linked with everyone and everyone. Yamal, Ronaldo, the real Ronaldo, Zidane, everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then in the end, we'll probably buy some standard little average Joe sort of things to make them better. So I couldn't really believe it. And then, then as it gathered, and I was obviously watching other YouTubers, social, spaces and that, it was like, it's actually quite serious.
It's going to happen, yeah.
Yeah. But when we bought him, I thought, okay, well, not bought him, but we trying to get him. I'm thinking, well, okay, what is he going to offer us? Well, for starters, he'll offer us a lot of creativity that we're going to lose with Trent. Quite important. We also need to look at Salah. And what I mean by Salah, I'm not disrespecting Salah or anything. He's been brilliant for us, and he was brilliant. But what he's going to do, he's going to unlock unlock Salah. You're going to have people like Frimpong who's going to be overlapping Salah. It's going to bring a lot of creativity, and it will make Salah's life a lot easier. Potentially, he can play in a 10 because Szoboszlai has been flirting with that position, last season. Yeah. Maybe, those 5-yard passing and stuff like that hasn't come off quite well.
The final third.
Yeah, the final third kind of passing. And this guy offers us all of this. Ideally, I'd like to see him playing a 10. However, it really depends on how much more we spend this summer. if it ends with a striker and him, Kirkes and Frimpong, then, you know, and we lose someone like a Diaz and that, you can potentially see him play on the left.
Yeah.
What this guy will offer us is a lot of creativity. He will offer us basically what Coutinho had. He's very, very similar.
And we haven't replaced that since.
No, we haven't. And that's what makes it exciting because, you know, the time when we had him, Coutinho, we had Firmino, we had Salah, we had Mane. Bro, that was just like sauce, hot sauce, bruvs. You know what I mean?
Bro. And that's why, what's the thing I said, bro? Club begged Coutinho don't go because we knew something special was about to brew right there. If he has stayed, oh my, because we never replaced him. We just kept going. Yeah.
To be fair, when we sold him, it was just to invest in the team, and we got people like Van Dijk from his money, Alisson, and players like that, which was a starting of what we've done over the last few years. I honestly thought Wirtz would have gone to, you know, the timing of obviously Kevin De Bruyne leaving. I was thinking, you know what, inevitably this guy was going to go to City.
Yeah.
But you know, we're the ready-made. You know what I mean? We're ready-made. They're still rebuilding, and it just makes sense for this guy to come to Liverpool and, you know, have his best seasons at Liverpool. So I mean, it's going to be exciting. He's definitely going to offer us creation and things that we've missed since Coutinho.
You know, there's a lot of, I know people are panicking. People got PTSD. People got the rival fans have been quiet for about 10 days now, and because Wirtz is not. Here we go. So everybody was like, maybe it's not working. Bro, that guy doesn't want to. There was only 2 clubs he wanted to go to, Bayern or Liverpool. That's why City dropped out. He rejected City from day one. So they were like, we just going to mind our own business. We're going after Turkey. Bayern did not properly. Bayern was so arrogant. They think that you German, you an Adidas boy. You know, we basically Adidas, so you come in. You know, company did not do his job properly. So, and Slop slipped in and did his job. But the thing that people don't know that Edward wanted this kid long time ago before he left. And when he got into the new company that he built, you know, he was a consultant for, you know, he wanted to do consultation for clubs where you come to him, you say, hey, I need a player. Then he said, oh, look at this kid. He got the numbers because, you know, he had the laptop. So when he came back to Liverpool, that was because this deal, he is the one spearheading this deal, right? Now, this is not a small deal, people, because this kid is, like somebody has said, future Ballon d'Or player. He is 23 and he hasn't even hit his peak yet. He's 4 years away from his peak.
There's 22.
A lot. Yes, 22. See, there's a lot of things that is about to. That comes. This is not a regular. Oh, we're gonna go and get a Clavan and just bring him in. No, this is gonna take a long time because it's a big money. Number one, the business around it. Remember, he's an Adidas boy. The image rights, all these things have to be aligned properly. Now, what they're discussing is the structure of the payment how Liverpool is gonna, you know, pay them. They are also trying to get a player from us. So the conversation is, should we take the money from this player or you want your money and then you pay us kind of deal, right? It doesn't make sense, but for their financial books, it makes sense. So they want us to give them the money and then they will pay us. But the question is, do they even want any of our players? Does Erik ten Hag want any of our players? I don't think so. Do you think, Bas, that Erik ten Hag wants any of our players beside the goalkeeper at least?
Well, do you know what? For starters, obviously we've been linked we've been watching him, and he was in our radar for a long time, maybe 3-4 years, to be fair, when he was still a teenager. So he has always been linked with us, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But in terms of, obviously, I was watching and big up Ensman TV as well. I was watching one of his shows earlier, talking about like it's been, the guy Romano has been on TikTok talking about like, you know, it's just a pay structure thing. Read onto it however you want. I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer, but I'm just going to say that from what I have read on just various bits, the second bid hasn't been accepted. However, we're still negotiating.
Yeah.
It could potentially be, well, like it has been accepted, but it's not gone through yet because they're talking about what you said, the structure of payment.
Yeah.
In terms of the Leverkusen, for me, they're pressing the self-destruct button. I'm not sure what's going on over there because they've hired Eric 10 months. They've lost two. They've lost, obviously, Frimpong, who was vital for them.
Yeah, they lost
potentially, obviously, him, Tal as well. Yeah, he's gone to Munich. Then, Wirtz, that's a big self-destruct button there, and they're going to need players. And do you know what? There's this thing in my mind. All right, and it's just one player that I think that might be part of their deal, and I'm thinking it might be Harvey Elliott because he might be the one. Ten Hag, I don't know if they're going to trust him enough. Obviously, with a lot of money that they've got from the Frimpong deal, and obviously Wirtz, if they're going to trust him because obviously his record ain't that great. So maybe there might be someone that is coming in from Liverpool as part of a deal to bring Wirtz to Liverpool. So I can see there might be a player involved, but and there's nothing wrong with Elliott. I think, as far as I'm concerned, the guy just needs more games.
That's it.
The more games he plays, the stronger he becomes, and I think that's what we're worried about in it with someone like him because he's a good player, but he just gets pushed off the ball a lot, and you can't. If you're not playing enough games, you're not getting that match day thing, are you? That match, that game time that you can develop in a game, where you're building up your strength in a real time. So so I think it could be Harvey Elliott, but we'll wait and see in it.
This is the thing people don't understand. I don't think Austin or Romano or Joyce or even Debbie Downer James have come out and said there's a bid that has been rejected. There is somebody who's, I think it was Pletigo or somebody who reported that, there's been a bid that was no, there's been no bill that has been rejected. The only person I've been believing in this is Bayern Space. I even tweeted said believe Bayern Space. Bayern Space have been consistent from day one. He even said the money that people are talking about is not even true. It's not going to be the 150 million. The money that there's been no bid rejected. Liverpool knows that this is an important. Usually, don't you hear that? Bid 1 has been rejected. Bid 2 has been rejected. Okay, finally, Liverpool have decided to go with the bid with plus add-ons. There's not been any bid rejected. Liverpool knows how much these players worth. Bayern didn't want. Bayer didn't want Bayern to buy him, so they made it so astronomical that Bayern could not afford him. And then he just made it easy on Bayern and say, listen, I'm going to Liverpool. There's been no bid rejected. If there's a bid rejected, you would have seen it flagging around social media. Rival fans would have been laughing at us. What they're doing is they know how much it's worth.
Yeah, sorry. And the thing is, this is true. This is why our biggest record signing, offer that we've had, that we've put on for a player. So it's not your typical, no disrespect to Carvalho and that, but like your average player. We're talking over in excess of 100 million here. Like there is a structures and all these things. And like Liverpool Goals TV saying, there is a lot of like things that people don't realize. There are solicitors, lawyers and stuff like that who have to okay it because it's a contract. And it's a big contract at that. So yeah, it can potentially be that no bids have been rejected or accepted. It's just the fact that it is a long process, right? Not long process, but there's a lot involved before you can actually say yeah.
So Hasselball, there's no bid, there's conversation, and Romano has been consistent with it. He said there's good conversation between the two clubs. Everybody knows what the deal is, so they just structure it. So until they came out and said this deal is falling through, don't believe anything. Like I said, go to Bayern Space. I think that's why he's tweeted. That guy has been consistent for day one, and he's not posting every time just to appease people. But Ali is trying to put me, Ali is trying to put me on the spot. This brother here wants me to put my foot in my mouth so that he could come back and use it against me towards the season. I have already, okay, Musiala is a better player than Wirtz. You ask any German, they will tell you that. As a matter of fact, when they play the national team, this is one of the reasons why it didn't make sense for me when they say Bayern was going after him, right? Because when I watch the German national team, their games, and I watch enough, I don't watch too all the time. A lot of times, Musiala is starting and Wirtz is coming off the bench. In the Euro, Wirtz was not one of their starters. He usually came off the bench. Certain games, yes, he did start. Musiala is German football. Hence the reason why Bayern doesn't want that guy to go anywhere. I think they gave him a new contract. But personally, Musiala needs to leave Bayern because he was supposed to be the next player. Now he had that 17-year-old kid from Barcelona has overtaken. You can't believe him. But I think Wirtz, it's on that trajectory where that's the reason why him coming to Liverpool will probably get him to surpass Musiala, because those kids, their ceiling is very close to each other.
Yeah.
Right. So, Ale, when the season starts and Wirtz is tearing up the league, and you say Kwesi said Musiala is better than Wirtz.
Listen,
I'm just saying.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, Alice.
He's trying to trick me. I know your kung fu, Ali.
But you know something though. Honestly, the thing is, it depends how you look at it. I mean, they're both just as good as each other. Like, obviously, Musiala is probably better, maybe a better dribbler, but in terms of passing and things like that, you probably look at Wirtz as better. I think they're very similar. They're very, 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 very similar. They're both Germany's, new generation of superstars, isn't it? Potential superstars. And like you said, you're right. This it wouldn't have made sense for him to go to Bayern Munich, with Musiala, because they're similar players, and one is going to outshine the other. So coming to Liverpool is a great move for him, where he can show what he's about in the Premier League. Right. And like you said, you never know. He might be better than Musiala one day. He'll sharpen his tools at Liverpool. And you know what I mean? This is a superstar in the making. Bro. Definitely a future Ballon d'Or winner.
Definitely. And Liverpool, I have always believed that this season was going to be a big, big transfer window for Liverpool. And I'm going to say this, you guys are probably starting hearing Mandem saying the same thing. I said Liverpool is looking for 3 big signings. That's way before the Diaz thing came out. I said it. They're looking for, and I know for sure, they're looking for 3 big signings, but it's going to be 2. For sure 2. So this guy is not the only one. And one of the guys that me and Baz wants is this gentleman here, but some people want the other gentleman, right? So I believe that Liverpool wants Isak. And for Isak needs to make a decision here. This one has nothing to do with Liverpool or any other big club. I think right now, this is a decision that Isak needs to make. Yes, you have given them a trophy. You have taken them to Champions League twice. This Newcastle is not there yet. They are on their way. Actually, they have done really well in the last 5 years. They have 2 times in the Champions League, won a trophy. That's big steps, especially with the PSR and the FFP rules that restrict owners to spend their own money. So you have to commend Newcastle the job, and Eddie Howe the job that they've done over there. But right now, Isak is ahead of Newcastle in terms of where they want to be in life. Right? Isak, you should go there and say, people, Gary Richards said he's injured. And you see, when he got injured, we saw what happened. They collapsed. Isak needs to go there and say, bro, look what I've done for you guys in the last 3 years since I've been here. And it all came in when he was there. Let me go, because he's at the age where if he missed the boat, it's a wrap. Now, somebody said maybe he's waiting to take over for Kane in Bayern, which I think that would be a masterstroke, because that league will not be as physically imposing as the Premier League. But right now, Isak, this is the opportunity time, and tell these guys, make as much money as you could possibly can and go find somebody else. Because this is not on Liverpool. This is on Isak. And this has nothing to do with Liverpool alone. This could be even with Arsenal, even with any other big club that's looking for a striker. Like we were saying earlier, the striker market is very poor. There's not that many in there. This guy needs to make his mind up. This is not Liverpool has the money. Already we're talking about Diaz leaving. So Diaz is leaving for 85 million. That's 2/3 of the money already. Plus what's the name? Trent's 10 million. That's 95 million. All the FSG have to add on is 25 million, and then we got Isak. Now, that's Baz, you and I want Isak, right? Now, Alvarez, on the other hand, also is in the same boat. Alvarez is young, a little bit younger than Isak, but Alvarez also need to tell Atletico, hey, I want to go to Liverpool. You see, right now, Liverpool is not begging anymore. The only player we probably beg is Wirtz. That's it. Everybody wants to come to Liverpool. And if you want to come to Liverpool, throw us the smoke signal, and then we come out there. But for me, and I think Baz also, I'll speak for Isak. Now, people in the chat, I know some of you guys like Alvarez. So I want you guys to make the point why these players need to tell their current team that we want to go to Liverpool. Baz, take it away.
Yeah, I think you and I have been from day dot talking up Isak like anything.
Yeah.
Yes, at the moment, yeah, it's true. He is injured. He's had an issue with his groin for when he didn't play against us. I think it was like a week before that he had come off injured or something. But it's not requiring surgery as far as I know. It's just
no. It's just fatigue. That's the thing with Isak. His injuries are usually fatigue. Yeah.
But Isak for me is trust me, man. If I could get this guy in a heartbeat, he's the first person I sign when I play FIFA. When I do, man, he's brilliant. I think he's perfect for Liverpool. But I don't know. I mean, the thing is, you're right with in terms of missing the boat and you know what he's done for them. You know, that Champions League spot for them is such a vital part of what this guy was going to do. I think. You know. He could have easily said, well, you know what, I won a cup. You know, I mean, we didn't qualify for Champions League. So, you know what, I do want to go. And right now, everyone wants to go to Liverpool, which is brilliant for us. As much as I want him, I really do believe if nothing is done by like maybe a few weeks before pre-season, then I don't think he will come. However, I do want him. Now, the other side on this is Julian Alvarez. This guy, yes, he's younger. But the thing with him is he's only gone to Atletico Madrid. He's only been there a season, and he's been decent at that as well. So
that's why I'm not too keen.
Yeah, I'm unsure that this guy will see him again. I've been surprised, obviously, with the Wirtz thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't think him, and you know, I'd be surprised again if any of these two do come. I think, if anything, if we don't see a striker coming in or we see Jota staying or something like that, then it could potentially be one of these two next summer. And it's not based on money because how FSG and Liverpool have played with the signings so far. Yeah, they've been very clever. Frimpong hasn't been bought for his full fee yet. They're paying it over time.
Over 5 years,
Yeah, and it's a nominal fee.
5 million or something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be the same sort of thing when it comes to, you know, Wirtz. You know, it's going to be similar in terms of like, you know, maybe most of it up front, then bits of it later. But if we do sell players on, you know what I mean, then someone like either one of these guys ain't going to be a big, you know, investment in the sense of paying out. So we can potentially get one of these two. But going forward, I don't see neither of them coming, and it's based on their respective situations. I said Champions League with Isak, and you know, 1 year into it when it comes to Julian Alvarez. Unless someone like a Nunes goes, and I can, you know, to someone like Atletico Madrid, because they've got Simeone, who is is one of those hard-working kind of managers, wants you to work hard, and I think Nunes does that, so he might fit there in that respect. And if they do, then we can potentially say, yo, let's have him in part of the deal. And pay a little bit more on top. But Isak, we might not get this guy. And if we do, obviously, there's a small matter of Arsenal being interested in him as well. And he does.
Well, Arsenal, they were saying Arsenal's going, Sesko is the one that they're looking at right now, right? But before you continue, people, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button if you haven't subscribed. We're trying to get to close to 400 today, as close as possible. So if we could get 5 more subscribers today, we will be very close to our goal. And right now we got record-breaking people in here, especially on the YouTube side. I've never gotten so many people on the YouTube side. So people who are on the YouTube side, please hit the like button. If you hit the like button, we will surpass the amount of likes that I have in my entire 5 years or whatever I've been doing this. So please help your brother out. Please subscribe if you haven't shared this. I appreciate you guys so much, man. Baz will tell you this is a community channel. Baz is one of my day ones, and he's always here to help me out. But let me read what some people are saying here. Honestly, ask Etiquette or Gyökeres real quick. Gyökeres has the numbers, but why is it that big clubs are not going after him? Is the fans who are looking at his numbers and they think that this is another Haaland. But for some reason, the big clubs are not looking at him. Is it because everybody is scared? What's his name? Nunes have given everybody PTSD?
I don't know. I think, Gyökeres, remember something, the season's just finished. So, he's been linked with everyone and everything. You know what I mean? Chelsea want him. They've got D-Lap. Arsenal want him. They're getting Sesko. Liverpool are in for a striker. Newcastle might even be in for a striker as well, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's still early. I don't know if it's the PTSD thing. Gyökeres. I mean, he's come to the Premier League. And remember, there's been players that have come to the Premier League or played in England that have not done well. They've gone elsewhere and they've come back firing. Hint, Salah.
So, hey, Baz, we got breaking news. Hasselbones just said, bro, you are over 400 right now.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you so much, people. Thank you. Gratitude, man. I have a couple tears. Usually I'll have one tear, but today I have one. Oh, man, thank you. If we have, I appreciate every single one of them. Baz, thank you too, because you and Ants are the ones who basically forced me to do this live stuff, right? I used to just record and just post it. And Baz created, I said, if I get to 100, I will do live. Baz created a burner account so that I can get to 100 and do live. So Baz, I remember that. So thank you so much. Thank you. Like I said, man, thank you, people. Oh, man, 400, bro. Thank you. Man, Baz, I appreciate that you are also part of this big milestone for Kwesi Bowl, man. Thank you. Man. Even Hasselbone, he said, just remember when you big time, stay humble. Man, I'm always humble. You might see a few things, but that's just the human in me. But hey, I'm always humble, man. For people who've been with me day one will tell you, big up to Edward, big up yourself. Thank you for coming through. We appreciate you, man. Baz, go ahead, man.
Big up, Edward, man. Yeah, no. I'm just saying, honestly, like, well, I mean, that's kind of blown me away now as well, innit? There's 400 people. Thank you so much for the love, man, that you showed, Kwasi. And I'll just say, man. Honestly, Kwasi, what a brilliant YouTuber. Man just spits facts. He has the charisma, he's got the love, and he's just a brilliant all-round YouTuber. Thank you. And he's getting stronger and stronger each time he does, and he's been committed. So thank you so much, guys. And obviously, those that haven't, you need to subscribe to this guy because he's been doing so many bits.
Thank you. Man, that's a good day. Today's a good day. I will not let nobody mess it up for me. I swear I will have a fight. But yeah, man, I'm so excited. I forgot where were we, Baz? We were talking about the strikers.
We're just talking about these two and the PTSD of Gyökeres. And I'm just saying that I think, players have gone elsewhere once they've not succeeded in a Premier League and they've reinvented themselves and they've come back.
Yeah.
Salah is one example. Gyökeres has got some record numbers going on, obviously, where he's at now. And, it makes sense for him to come to a Premier League team and show it because he's still quite relatively young. So, yeah, I mean, to be fair, you probably will see him in a Premier League soon. And like I said, at the moment in time, people like Gyökeres and Ekitike, they got potential. And I think the season is just finished, isn't it? You know what I mean? So, there's going to be movement. There's going to be movement with these two strikers. They're going to be playing one or two of them are going to be playing in a different league or in a different team. And Gyökeres is one guy. If we can't get any of these two, someone that I wouldn't mind taking for Liverpool.
Who, Gyökeres?
Yeah. I think when you got people like Wirtz, you've got people like Salah, you got people like potentially Diaz still staying there, or Gakpo with his crosses, like back post crosses.
Yeah,
someone like Gyökeres can potentially, do something with that. So I think it'd fit Liverpool.
No, I agree. I definitely agree. The thing with the Portuguese league is because everybody think that it's not competitive enough. But they usually bring out some good midfielders, man. If you look at PSG, what's his name?
Coutinho.
Yeah, he bossed us around. They usually have good midfielders. They have good defenders, right? The thing is, the striker is the only part that, the striker position is everywhere. You go to Germany, there's only Kane. You go to England, Haaland. You go to Italy, who? Lukaku? You go to, it's crazy. It's so bad, But I know Ekitike, wasn't it? Ekitike is the one that everybody says. This is what the thing, right, Baz? I've been saying Liverpool fans needs to get away from hype players. I'll give you, somebody said, who is a hype player? I'll give you one. Neto. When Neto was at Wolves, everybody wanted Neto, and he could replace Salah, Mane or Salah, blah, blah, blah. He goes to what's that club? Chelsea. And he's not giving the same things that he was giving at, whatchamacallit, at Wolves. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We right now, I'm looking for dominance. This is my buzzword, dominance, dominating. That means by the next 5 years, I want 2 more league titles and at least a Champions League with a sprinkle of the other league cups or even a World Club Championship, right? We need to be a dominant force that clubs will be scared of us. Just like when we had the Red Arrows, which was Salah, Bobby, and Mane. Clubs were already lost before the game even started. That is what I want. Now, Liverpool gonna spend money. The players that we have to bring in cannot be high players. Somebody probably saying, well, Nico Williams is a high player. Maybe. But the players that have to come in have to be giving, have to give the fear of God to players. You cannot just buy players just sake of buying players. That's the part where I don't want. High player, Ekitike is not ready. If he coming in, I'm expecting another striker to come in too.
Do you know what? Sorry to cut you, but on Ekitike and Gyökeres. Gyökeres, I think he's got a is it a 51 million or something?
Yeah,
like
I think 60 is the max, I believe.
Yeah, in euros. That's euros as well.
Yeah, it's in euros, yeah.
So, someone like him is a punt. But I don't know about the hype thing about him. I know what you're saying, obviously, with the hype thing. But people do look at, the Portuguese league and they are a bit wary. But something? Look at Diaz, for example. Yes, his output ain't been that great. But you know what? Diaz has been an important player for Liverpool. He does split, like I said, he does split people's
yeah.
But to be fair, I think Gyökeres is probably a better fit for Liverpool. I really think, if we do look at him, we will be in good hands. I think he is better than Nunes for starters.
For sure.
So you've got to ask and say, well, you know what? Any of these players that we bring in, are they better? I get your point with Ekitike. He's still, at 70 odd million, 100 million, whatever he's going to cost. I still think, maybe he's not the one. But in a year or two's time, if he carries on the way he is, he's potentially like an Isak. He's great, got a good ball travel.
Yes.
skillful, you know, and stuff like that. But like you said, you can't just buy on the hype. And to be fair, if someone's about that sort of price, like 50 odd million or 60 million for Gyökeres, then I think it's a small price to pay to get someone that's got something to prove in the Premier League.
Right. No, I agree. I definitely agree. Let me see what the people in the chat are saying. Honesty is asking, what's your Mandem opinion on this transfer breaking? Kevin DB, KDB. I wanted KDB at Liverpool because my dream was, imagine Wirtz coming off and then you bring KDB off the bench. That is the type of dream that I have, right? KDB coming in for 15, 20 minutes is still going to give any defenders or any team that we play in hell. But I think Napoli has done it very well here. That is a genius stroke. Getting KDB Napoli. I think he fits. He fit perfectly for them. What do you think?
He fits well. Yeah, I mean, Italy is a lot more slower paced than what here is in it. So I mean, it will fit him in terms of that. But just to add on his, you know, his Man City ending, he didn't just tail off. He was quite decent. You know, I mean, towards the ending of the season. It would have been nice to have him at Liverpool, but you know what? It's the wages and stuff like that, and it will be rude to have too much quality in our team. So I think that's a good signing. That's a good signing for Napoli, and you know, good luck to him over there.
Yeah. He says Syria. I was mentioning the strikers. Laturo. Everybody say Laturo is king in Syria. That's true. Yeah, that guy's been there for a while. It's time for him to move on. Uncle Albert, why are you talking about Bruno Fernandes? You got to take Portuguese league with a grain of salt. True, but they do come out some gems that comes out of that place, man. He says, still though, Gyökeres didn't just have a good season. He had a stupid season. The guy has scored a lot of goals. He read that way for his country, Champions League. And for I see what Baz says, because most of his good goals comes from transition, and we are one of the best transition teams. So he will fit in that sense, right? But the part where I am concerned is a lot of teams do sit back. That part I haven't see him in his game yet, because when he played against the two big boys from Arsenal, he struggled. And when you come to the English Premier League, those are the type of defenders that you're going to be dealing with week in, week out.
The thing is, Kwasi, he's going to be, he's going to be practicing and playing. No disrespect to his current team, but he's going to be, playing with proper players in training and stuff like that, And the thing is, it doesn't mean that he has to start all the time. He might be one of those players that takes a little while. And when you look at Nunes as being on the bench a lot of the time for Liverpool, and he costs more. Right. He costs more than what this guy is. You know what I mean? We can bench the guy, and play someone else and then play him, get him into it. You know what I mean? And it's still a very good price for someone that's had, quite rightly, a stupendous season. For the price that he's been linked with, I'm surprised Arsenal ain't gone for him, because of, he's costing a lot less than Sesko.
Yeah. Well, I think if rumors are to be believed, there's a civil war between the director of football and Arteta, because Arteta wants Sesko and director of football wants Gyökeres. So I was Spurs. No, Spurs don't need him. If I was Newcastle, I'll go get him. You see what I'm doing there? Trudy say, I want the trouble in the next 5 years. Can't have the Mangs being the only clause. Yeah, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. We need to dominate. We need pace in front line. Yes, I agree with that. Alvarez, the dominator. Okay. He said, Ekitike is a good player, but lots of risks involved, just like Baz was saying earlier. That's why I am saying could just be a distraction for another striker. And Liverpool are very good at doing that kind of things. We will hype a player, and then in the background we're doing something else. So I definitely on you on that. Somebody say I can smoke a bag of that. On Liverpool goes coming there. Gary Richards says Liverpool need 2 strikers, Chrissy and Baz. I agree, because we might lose more strikers or attackers. Arsenal sign Sesko will end in tears. Irish football. Anfield says Forza Inter. Now I think PSG is taking it today, man. Just bring Isak. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Hasselborn, is it too much to ask? Uncle Albert says we play in between the lines and not with height. Besides Jota and short and incredible header. But Uncle Albert, this is the part where we need to move away from. That style of football is getting old. You know, that's why I'm not a big fan of Gordon, because we're still trying to use wingers to score goals instead of having a dominant striker. You know what I mean? The game against Arsenal, it became apparent that we need to move away from this style of football. Gakpo used to burn the line. He would look on his right and nobody's in the box. Salah is way on the other side, waiting on the edge. We need one or two players to be in the box every single time when we are counter-attacking or we are moving forward. Isak is always injured. No, he's not. He's fatigued. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just deeping what you just said about Salah. Yeah. Do you know what we've done in Frimpong? We've basically given Salah another two solid years of less running. People don't realize. I know I've just obviously gone far right in all of this, by saying obviously just coming off but this Frimpong signing, what it's going to do for our attack. Yes, we obviously have to look at the fact that we're going to leave space behind, but effectively we can play Conor Bradley at right back and have Frimpong play on the right wing and have Salah in the middle. This is mad what we're about to do, on top of Wirtz and potentially another striker. Damn.
No, see, this is okay. Of course, we have transitioned into the new Mr. Frimpong. Frimpong Friday was yesterday, people. Big up to Frimpong and his family. They came to Anfield, signed that dotted line, and now we have our replacement of Trent. But I think this guy is not just coming for the right back position. I think he's also coming in for the right wing position, because Salah would need to rest. We can't burn Salah out like we burn him in all these years. And this guy, he's a wing back. Usually wing backs can play both positions, right? Either fullback or on the winger, right? So, like you said, Bradley coming on could start as a right back, and then this guy is going to be right in front of him. And he has pace. So that means Bradley also have pace. So that means that right side, we're not going to lose a lot of speed, even if we move Salah out of through the middle, or Salah goes on, we substitute him. But one thing that I'm excited is Arne Slot football. We haven't seen Arne Slot football, people. We saw it a little bit during the preseason, and then maybe the first 3 games. And then when we lost to Forest, he went back to the club style of football. He just slowed it real down and said, okay, take your time. Because if you remember the way we played Arsenal in the preseason, we bossed them left and right. They had no clue what we were doing. And I understand it's preseason, but you could actually see the philosophy of Arne Slot from day one. And I think we played Betis. Was it Betis that we played the first game?
Yeah.
Or Sporting, one of them. Yeah, Sporting. And you could see it. And even that one, he didn't even have his players ready yet. And that's the part where I give this manager such credit, is he did not have his own play. He didn't have his main players during the summer. And he's still going and win the league. So imagine what he's going to do when he has a full preseason with everybody at the same time. Nobody's going anywhere. No, there's qualifiers next month, and then everybody's on vacation. So everybody's coming in at the same time. So we're going to see, I think, Arne Slot football. And that's the reason why they're doing these businesses early, especially the big ones like Wirtz and Frimpong and then Kekkers. But I think there's another one coming in. But you were mentioning about Frimpong. What do you think this guy is bringing? You said he's going to be helping Salah on the right, moving Salah to the middle, and then Bradley also still, because Bradley is going to have a lot of games. This guy also is going to have a lot of games, right? So what do you think that Mr. Frimpong is bringing?
Do you know what I think he's going to bring? I think he's going to bring exactly what you said in his interview yesterday. Energy, pace. Not just that. I mean, like if we go into it properly, we're talking about, he's a lovable guy.
The dressing room is going to be lively. Yep.
It's going to be lively. It's going to bring in like a lot of like brotherhood into that team. It's going to bring energy, pace, creativity, Good shooting as well from a right back, or someone that plays, in defense. His shots are great, decent for what it is. He's gonna bring energy. That's probably the biggest thing. Gonna bring energy that that we may be missing, or we're just topping up on the energy. And like Bones is saying, there could also be a shake-up of tactics as well with him. We can play in different ways, and that's what we need. We need players that can give us different ways. Because when you see Slot during the season, he's obviously changing in a lot of formations during the game. And I think someone like him gives you that option to really, change your tactics in there. And just energy, pace, and a lot of enthusiasm. And his family are going to be here as well. That's an important thing as well.
Yeah,
they weren't in Germany where he was playing. Now they get to see him play. It's going to be a lot. He's a brilliant signing.
And I'm going to give you guys a little facts, fun facts about Kwesi Bolt. On my mom's side, my granddaddy's name is Frimpong.
Come on.
Big up, Hakeem. My granddaddy's name is Frimpong. But the funny thing is, my whole family, they spell it different. Like, everybody spells different. They have his is Frimpong. My grandfather, he spelled his Firepont, Firemp. And then my uncle, he spelled his Frem. Yeah, so Uncle Albert is in there. He would tell you there's like 3 or 4 different variations of how people spell Frimpong. So I'm already, at first I was like, I didn't expect Liverpool to go after him because of Bradley. I thought we were going to go for an out-and-out defender so that we can switch between Bradley and a different style of play. But I was like, wow, we got Frimpong. I was like, okay, because I was not expecting it. But when we went after him, I'm like, okay. And we could tell. This is the thing, though. Baz, maybe you could expand on it. Some players are very excited in coming to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Like recently, I don't know what's going on with Liverpool, or is it maybe Virgil? He's a Virgil, even though he's Ghanaian, but he's Virgil countryman. Look at Wirtz. Like Wirtz came in and he was like, bro, I'm sold. Over Bayern Munich. And it's not like Bayern is bigger than Liverpool. It's just Bayern in Germany is the Real Madrid of Germany.
They're the top dogs.
They're the dog done that over there. But I'm seeing this shift going. Look at Kirkers. Kirkers is basically telling Liverpool, I'm here. Come get me.
Yeah. 100%.
So, there's something going on at Liverpool that I don't know what's going on, but there's something going on that these players just want to be part of what's going on right now. Like, it's love. You could see the love in there. That's why a lot of fans say, oh, let's go get this. Osimhen. Liverpool has a policy. It's called no dickhead policy. And players that come in have to gel with everybody else. We do not want to be dealing with foolishness. It's mission at hand. But maybe it's just me being a football romantic. Shout out to Liverpool 12 men. But it's just like these 3 players that we get in, all of them have said, I want to go to Liverpool.
Yeah. And we've been there and abouts for the last since we've had Klopp, yeah. And if we haven't, it's been because of a respectable, not respectable, but a respectable challenge to City, and always just edged it. We've obviously got the better of them, in the 1920 season and stuff like that, European Cup. Our team, what's so great about our team is I still look at it as Klopp built that team with some great personality. Our captain, for example, he was very influential, I think, in this move, because not just because he's obviously a Dutch connection. It's like he's a cool dude. The players that play for us are cool. You know what I mean? The team is quite relatively young as well. These guys that we're all signing are in less than 25 years old. You know what I mean? They're all great, a good age. It's just a feel-good factor at Liverpool right now.
Big time.
Yeah, this is it. And I think even next year, if we have a great season this season coming, the following year, if someone like an Isak is available, they're going to all want to come to Liverpool because we're just doing bits. We've got
Exactly.
great players, great personality, good dressing room. You know, it's a well-run club.
Yeah.
You know, what more do you want? And that's why people want him to come to Liverpool, and I don't blame them.
No, that's true. That's true because, I mean, a lot of people were worried that, oh, the way you guys treated Trent. By the end of the day, this is why these players love Liverpool. We showed our discontent towards Trent, but towards the end, everybody showed him love. Everybody showed him love. And you could see that he's leave, and we're making 10 million off him before he leaves. Yes, we could have made the 100 if we would have sold him early. We could have made 20 or 40 million in January. But still, we needed him. You can't tell me we didn't need a Trent. We needed Trent to finish the season. And then we're still making some money off him because Real Madrid is desperate. At the end of the day, Liverpool already showed you that it's not about the money. If it's about the money, we will spend the money. But we are building something special here. And the crazy thing is, with all this going on, Baz, people have also forgotten that there's another one coming. This guy. Right? People forget that there's this guy coming. We're going to lose Kelleher, and this guy is coming. And this guy is coming in and telling Alisson, I want the number one spot. Alisson is like, I'm still the number one Dandana here. I'm so excited about this. As much as I'm a little bit nervous with the amount of players who are, Diaz leaving and possibly 6 or 7 more leaving with him. I'm so excited about what's going to happen next season, man. I'm so excited because you got 2 number 1 goalkeepers. We still know that Alisson's the best goalkeeper in the world by far. But this kid is also an up-and-coming player. His storyline, it's almost as Alisson. Nobody knew them, and then all of a sudden, bam, they're here. So they have humble beginning. Like, what's the name? Was it Hasselbones who was telling me, if I get it big, be humble? All of our players are humble. And this goalkeeper is, yes, he has a lot to learn. Yeah, he has a lot to learn. Trust me, he's not a finished article yet. But he's going to learn under the best goalkeeper on the planet right now. He is bigger than Alisson. He can use his feet. He is fast. The only thing that he hasn't gotten yet, and I think that's why he will learn from Alisson, is the positioning side of the game. Because the reason why Alisson makes it look so easy is he positioned himself in such a place where the striker have hit the ball 10,000 miles per hour and Alisson catch it with ease. And that's because of his position. And the only goalkeeper I've seen doing that is actually 2. Oblak and Courtois. And this is what I think Mr. Georgie needs to learn to enhance his game, because this kid is quick. For a tall goalkeeper like himself, he goes down really, really fast. He can use his feet, so that problem won't be a problem for us. So right now, I think the only thing that he needs to do is learn how to position himself where it does not become like, who's that goalkeeper? Remember Arsenal goalkeeper who was flying all over the place and everybody thought that he was very good, and the simplest goal always go into the net? What's his name? God. He's in Fulham right now, right?
Oh, Leno.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
You know something, yeah?
Yeah.
This is where maybe it's because I haven't watched him properly. All I knew about.
Oh yes, Ramsdale. Sorry, it was Ramsdale.
Oh, Ramsdale.
Ramsdale, yeah. Ramsdale. He was just a camera goalkeeper.
He plays for Southampton.
Yes, Southampton. Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Leno was an Arsenal goalkeeper as well.
Yes.
He played for Fulham. Yeah. Mamardashvili. Yeah, like I said, I'll be real. I haven't done a lot of research prior to his move to Liverpool last year. I mean, he did have a great, Euros for sure. He was brilliant in that for real.
Yeah.
The thing is, all right, I mean, maybe I'm a guy of a comfort, or maybe I'm just a little bit old school. I'm going to be really, really, really sad to see Kelleher go. I mean, to be fair, yeah, I mean, this guy does have a lot of potential. There's no doubt about that. He's big, he's imposing, and he's going to have the best coach to teach him in Tafarel and obviously,
Alisson.
Alisson. So he's got potential. However, I'm not fully sold by him yet. And who was it? I think it was J.K. Kismet. Big up to him.
Big up, J.K.
Yeah, he was saying on another channel that he has sorry, it was Fozzie. Sorry, it was Fozzie. Fozzie said that he's obviously not going to judge him just yet, and I think that's right. I think that's what I've got to do. I can't judge him right now, but he's got the potential. But he is 24 years old. I mean, he's not young. Old. He's not young either. You know, he's just getting at that age. And I know goalkeepers, they last for they can go up to their 40s, etc. So yeah, when you deep it, he's relatively still quite young. So he has potential, and that's what I like to see. I like to see him come in and show this, because he has got it. When you just look at him there, you look at him and you think, boy, he's got the all black thingy vibe to him, and that Alisson's tricks and stuff like that. It's gonna be big.
I think it's gonna be big. Like Chris is saying, he needs to work on his distribution. And I think that's why, I've heard people say that also. But
I was going to say as well, he hasn't. Valencia has been poor. Valencia has been poor this season. They've had a bad season. And to be fair, he didn't really impress me, barring one or two little games.
Yeah.
He's got to improve.
Yeah, he got to improve. And that's the reason why he wants to come to Liverpool. I would suggest, I think it's time for him to come to Liverpool so he'll learn. Because you don't want him to come in and you are not going to be being attacked a lot. Alisson can stay in the goal for 99 minutes, and then there's only one shot that is coming, and he has to save it. So you're not going to be in a team that you are always being hit with shots and you are saving and saving, so you are always hot, right? But you're going to be playing for a team that you're going to be cold the whole time, and you have to save an odd shot that is coming from somewhere. So that is the part where he also needs the mental part of the game. You have to stay locked in for 90 plus minutes and make sure that you don't create any mistakes. So he does have like I said, he does have a lot to learn. And he's coming on, like you said, he's coming under the best coaches and a player that he can say, okay, imagine if he comes and he's behind Kelleher, you can tell that there's going to be some slide of friction, be like, bro, I'm better than you. Right?
Yeah.
But now you coming under Alisson, bro, you need to keep your mouth shut and watch the master do his work.
Yeah, but you said like his qualities, he goes down quick, pause. He's got he needs if his reactions are fast and he's got all of that in his locker, then I think he'll be pretty good. I would like to see if Kelleher does leave a buyback on him. Just in case. We do need. I don't know about. Is it Jaros?
Jaros is not ready.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing in it, and eventually Alisson will go. And Liverpool with players that are on big wages and stuff like that. We definitely need someone to challenge him, because you can become complacent when you look at someone like Alisson. Alisson's never been complacent. He's been brilliant, and. This guy, I don't know. He may have a complacency. I don't know if Alisson leaves at some point and he's number one. Good challenges. So that's the only bit that I worry. And again, it's the unknown, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Because we've had Alisson in there for years.
And we have never been... the funny thing is, Liverpool has never been worried about goalkeepers for a long time. So the same thing goes with the centre-back. With Virgil.
Yeah. And Liverpool Goals TV, I take your point 100%. He wants that number one spot, and he rightly deserves it, Kelleher. And I think, I wish him luck wherever he goes. You know what I mean? I'll be sad to see him go. Obviously, as Liverpool fans, we want the best at our team. And I think for someone that's come in, from a reserves to youngster to what he has been absolutely brilliant for Liverpool. And, like I say, I hope there is a future for him, a great future for his for his international and his club. Hopefully it's never against us if he does leave, but it'd be nice to
I agree. And this is the thing, people. We as Liverpool fans, don't worry. I always try to be this preacher here, but don't worry, man. Everything's gonna be okay. Yes, we're exciting. We want everything done now. No, it takes time. It takes time, and this deal didn't just stop in 2 weeks ago. Like I said, the Wirtz. I know the Wirtz situation. Everybody's talking about Wirtz. There's rival fans don't know what to say, and because the more time passes, they start creating stuff, and then there's a lot of content creators or Junos who are starving and they want people to click their thing and they're making things up as they go, whether it's in Germany or it's in England. The same thing you see in England happens in Germany. It's not just in England. There are Junos out there who just sit there and make things up. And they say, oh, it came from here, it came from here. You never know where it came from. But with Liverpool, I said, if you want to follow somebody who has been correct, I think his name is Bayern Space. That guy has been consistent. He's even more consistent than Fabrizio, Ornstein, and Joyce. So, and even him, he doesn't post all the time just to appease fans to be like, oh, look what we're doing, look what we're doing. No, he posts when he has accurate information. So people, chillax, relax, it's going to happen. We have to take care of Kirkers also, which is, I think, Kirkers, the personal terms already agreed. We just finish him with Bournemouth, and then everything will be all right. Other than that, man, relax. We on vacation right now. Liverpool's on vacation. This is silly season. I understand we've been burned before, maybe 2-3 times. But this is the thing, though. Who else do you want? Because we're going to lose a lot of players. Who else do you want? If we lose Diaz, we need to bring somebody else in. We need another. We might need 2 center backs because somebody just mentioned Kwanzaa wasn't. Who did? Yeah, and what's his name? Hustle Bones was talking about. Do we get another center back? Maybe 2. If Joey, exactly, Joey and Kwanzaa, are both of them leaving? If they do, we need 2 center backs because you only have Virgil and Konate. Konate hasn't signed a new contract. So are we going to need 3 center backs? Because I do not want Konate to still be on his contract like this till January. And then he said, no, I'm staying till my contract is finished. I don't want any more of this foolishness. So if he doesn't sign his contract by July, sell him by August. Make as much money as you can from him. PSG will...
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we definitely do need to look at... You know what? Earlier on in... not earlier on in the week, but like late last week as well, there was even rumours that Liverpool won't be just finishing with Wirtz and a striker. There might be a potential for another player, like 5 players in total coming in. So there could be a centre-back situation because we need to look at what people are saying here, which is right. I mean, maybe I'm looking a little bit too much at this, but when I saw Kwanzaa at the end of the season, the last game at Anfield, it was either that or it was... something, one of those recently. He didn't look very happy, like he knew something was going to happen. Like, you know what, something has been said that he may be going, and there are people that do want him. Kwanzaa, that is.
Germany. They're saying Germany. He's big time in Germany. Right,
exactly. So this again, there might be a potential with a swap deal with, if it's not Harvey Elliott, it could potentially be him. So that's another centre back going potentially. Then you've got Joey G, and Joey G has been a brilliant servant for Liverpool. I'd like to see him stay, but let's just face facts. It's the injuries that that make him the problem.
Yep.
Potentially, even him, he looked like he's a very cool, calm guy anyway. But even the way he's clapping fans at Anfield, I don't know. Could that be a potential? And then finally, Ibu and his contract. So there is something that if we're going to take the lead in all of this, like, in terms of trying to keep our team solid, contracts and build for the future and dominance and all the things that we're talking about, we might have to start looking at that now. And obviously, people like Hato have been mentioned. When you
like that player,
when you look at Ibu, he's potentially he can get injured in seasons. You got same thing with Gomez. Kwanzaa, has his moments where he's a little bit free. Then you've just got Van Dijk as the only main man there, and then when you've got Frimpong and Kirkes who play forward, who like to bomb forward, then it leaves someone like a right there on his own. So we've got to be very careful, and I think there might be something in it in terms of maybe looking at a centre back of some sort.
And this is crazy. How does a team that just won the league, probably was known to be the best team in Europe, basically is about to blow it up and rebuild from the ground up?
It's the Liverpool factor. It's the wow factor that we have in it. I think we're the only team that could do, when you look at even the parade, no fan does it better than us.
Facts.
And people just want to be part of that. And it's understandable, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. No, I agree. So that is the little anxiety that I have, because we will possibly having a lot of new faces. And with new faces, fans need to understand and give them time to gel. So things might not kick off as we want. So you have to give them time, and people will start getting nervous, and they will, fans always worry that they'll get bantered by rival fans because you spend all this money and things are not gelled yet, right? But the good thing is we still have our core. The fact that we have our core there, that gives me a little bit peace of mind. Alisson, Virgil, Salah. And then you even have Robo. Robo also posted a tweet that made it seem like he's also out of the door. I'm like, bro, what's going on out here? Is Robo leaving and Simica staying, or what's going on? I know Edwards, it's planning for the next 5 to 10 years, right? But there's a way of doing it. And I think maybe we, the fans, are also ahead of ourselves. Maybe they are going to do it, but maybe we are ahead of ourselves and we thinking that it's going to happen all at once.
It's the unknown, Quasi. I think it's the unknown. People. That's why I said the encrypted messages from Diaz, from him,
Robo did this,
and stuff like that. People don't know, innit? People honestly don't know, and I think this is like a very different kind of,
that's a different feeling.
Yeah, we don't normally do this kind of stuff. So obviously these guys have been at Liverpool for a while, thinking, "Yo, I'm actually safe here. Maybe I might be good."
Yo, you said something earlier, and it made me think. Ever since and then hold that thought. When the manager said, I can be okay with Nunes missing goals, but I can't be okay with him not putting the effort that he usually does.
Yeah.
For me, since then, I believe he was told, bro, find a new club, because he has never been the same since. The same vibe that you saw on Kwanzaa and Joey during the celebration at the Anfield, it's the same vibe I'm seeing towards Nunes. And I even see the same thing towards Chiesa. Jota is the only one that he's like, yeah, whatever. Right?
Chiesa, I still want to see him at Liverpool for one more year to see what's really going on, if it is something going on. But the Nunes thing that you're saying is 100% spot on, because his work rate hasn't been as great of recently. You know what I mean? I think he knows the writing's on the wall with him now.
Yeah.
And the Robertson thing, the Fort thing, I think Celtic are the team that he wants to go to, but they've just signed
Thierry, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Tierney,
yeah.
Arsenal. So he's staying.
So maybe he might be staying. And to be fair, we need him to stay, because he's that personality as well. We need personality in the team.
We need him.
That personality. You're watching Liverpool spaces and you're seeing him busting jokes with all the others. And someone like Kirk is there for the long haul, so he can be learning off him as well.
Because technically Kirkers is a spitting image of what Robo used to be. So yeah,
you can learn off the master, just like
learning from the master. Same thing with Mamashvili and Alisson. Learn from the master. So I think we do. And also Liverpool is going to give a lot of pathway to the kids to come through. Trey is ready. Rio is ready. So they're going to get a few. And then we have a little case of, what's his name? Bachetti coming back. And I guess the manager said he's going to watch him during the preseason. So that means that position could also be open if he doesn't show enough to the manager, because Arne Slot don't care anymore. There's only 3 people who are safe: Salah, Virgil, and Alisson. Everybody can go. And even the fact that even Endo came out and said, I want to stay. So you are right, man. I think, Baz, you are the first person who have said this, that the whole club, nobody knows what's going on. The players don't know whether they're safe or they could be saying, hey, bro, thank you for your service. Bye-bye. This is literally like an American sport team where the basketball team, like Lakers, the only person we know is going to stay is Luka and LeBron. Everybody could leave.
This is it. And I think you can see that's why you're getting all these encrypted messages from people that we know, like people like are talking about people like Tsimikas and Robbo and, you know, players like that, you know, they're a bit past their sell by date, or one of them is like, not done it really when Robbo's there. So people are unsure, and you're going to get these encrypted messages. That's just the way of the nature is, because we have not had a season like this in a sense of,
Never.
Big.
Never.
So it's going to bring things like that. And this is a great point as well. What Ganto is it saying about sorry if I've messed up.
Don't forget Dance.
Dance is a baller, bro. This guy for a youngster, he came and scored some great goals for Liverpool. Was it last year? When he lost?
When club was it?
I think, did he not score one or two?
I guess Southampton during the FA Cup or Carling Cup or something like that. Carabao Cup. Yeah,
he's got that finish. He's definitely got that finish. And I know the Sunderland move was a bit, he's to do with his back, and he didn't. I don't think he even played, did he, or did he?
No.
But he's another one. And you're talking about youngsters and giving their opportunities and training them, and for real, they need to be given their opportunities. I'm just hoping, because I know Slot and Klopp are two different managers. One is ruthless, the other one's a bit more lovable.
I'm
hoping he does give these players the opportunity, because these are our future. Our future for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. Nah, man, thank you, Baz, so much. People in the chat, please hit the like. You guys say Kumas and Doke. Doke is gone. Kumas also. Please hit the like button, please. People, we got so many people in the building. Record breaking in YouTube side, and of course Twitter. Please hit the like button as you head out. People in the chat, we're gonna sit here for about 5 more minutes and answer all the questions that you guys have, and then we'll be out of here. Thank you so much for being in the building, man. You guys don't know, you guys have given me so much today. I'm so happy. We at 412 right now. 412 people have subscribed. So that means, if I do my math, that's almost 21 people. No, 11. I was at 491. 491, 412. Let me do my math. 11. Yeah, 11 people.
11 people.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the 11 people who have signed. YouTube hasn't given me the opportunity to see who are the people who have subscribed, but thank you so much. I know there's the Nigerian Jollof versus Rice and Peas going on right now. I believe it's 1-1 right now.
1-1 at the moment. There.
At the moment, yeah.
Ghana
Jollof disappointed me, so I'm not watching.
And also, it's just nice to see that some faces that I obviously haven't seen for a little while, like Gary Richards and Alez and
those are my boys, man. They're always here supporting, man.
And
big up to them.
Honesty with his brilliant information and news.
Honesty is on it. He's on it.
He's always on it, man. And to be fair, everyone's contributed.
Yes. Now today, you guys, bro, I'm not saying Baz, you say, because if I say, they think I'm lying. You go ahead.
No, honestly, Kwasi, one of the most humble ones out there, man. And the love that he has for his show and stuff. I know he doesn't do it every single day, like all the other content creators. But you know what? The love, his personality, how I'm pretty sure this guy has just got bare love for everybody in here, and it's just great, man. It's just honestly, I'm so happy for him, honestly, and thank you guys for. Make sure you guys also to mention it to other people to be supporting Kwasi and all the others as well. To be fair, he's grateful, and thank you so much, man, for the love.
Appreciate it, man. And then Rambe, he said, will you go vegan for 5 years if we sign Bastoni, Wirtz, Isak, and Rodrigo? Brother, do you know how much I love my burgers and my stickums? Bro, forgive me. Maybe I'll do it for 1 month. That's the best I can do.
And Gary, how's the foot? It's the ACL, to be fair. The ACL needs redoing. So I've got to have a revisit of the ACL. I'm just waiting for a surgery date now. So it's two more surgeries. One to do something, and then the other one to actually put it back in. So it's still ongoing, I'm afraid. But thank you for asking, and big up Kabak as well, man.
Kabak always, man. Another day one.
Scientist
another day one. Big up yourself, man. He said, "See, I'm here to Ganga press you." I know you're always doing that.
Alice is one of those two ones.
Alice, man. It's a great show. Enjoyed a lot. My question is, if not Salah again, then who will be the player of the season for us next season? I'm looking at Wirtz, and then the striker that if we bring Isak, it's gonna be. I'm telling you, man. If we bring, that's why I am so stuck in this, because I believe Klopp made a mistake. I love my club. I love Jurgen Klopp, but he should have. You know, the funny thing is, that's the same way people treated Isak is the same way people are treating Gyökeres right now. Everybody knew this guy can bang in goals, but they weren't sure until he came to the Prem. Then they were like, shoot, we made a mistake.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I would say as well, I mean, I know it's just this, we don't like Arsenal in it, but, even Sesko, he's still a young, he's still got time to improve as well.
Yeah.
But you know what? I hope he rots over there. But and thank you, Gary and Scientist as well for the wishing. And I'll keep you guys updated in it. But this question here is at the level to be our starting right back. I'll answer this one quickly for you.
Yeah, go ahead, please go ahead.
So I think with him, with Bradley, you can see he's got the minerals. He's a true red-blooded player. The only thing that I worry about him is the fact that he is full-blooded, so which means he can potentially pick up injuries, and things like hammies I'm a bit concerned about, because he does a lot of running, a lot of recovering, and he's full-blooded. But I think he's got the qualities. He's been he was brilliant for Bolton. I believe it was Bolton when he was there, and then he come back in, and trust me, he's learned from Trent. Anytime he plays, he doesn't disappoint. It's just his injuries every now and then. It's the only concern.
And he also needs to learn his positioning too. When he needs to know, okay, I can't bomb forward every single time.
Yeah, but I think now when you see people like Frimpong coming in, and that's going to be their responsibility. He probably might come in to lock it up at the end in it and stuff like that. But yeah.
So Kaba got a question for you. He said, what do you think on Diaz time? Do you consider him as a legend? No, cult hero.
It's
that 2 years that he felt that injury, Pate, man, you bastard. That injury slowed him. He was on the verge to be a legend. That's why he needs to stay. If he stay, definitely.
I would look at him. So I would look at him as a legend, and the reason why I'm looking at him as a legend, I would tip slightly to that, is because he's won a Premier League as well in it. So that's for me qualifies him as legendary at Liverpool. Maybe not the greatest legendaries, as we all know. There's been others, but his time at Liverpool, Kabak, it's been what Kwasi pretty much says. You know what I mean? The injury that has derailed him a little. Yes, if we're going to pick holes, all right. I wish that was a little bit more. However, this it was decent enough. I still think if you do sell someone like him, you've got to have a bloody great player to replace him.
Facts.
Like I said, he's great on transition. When you look at his ball control and stuff like that, he's our main ball carrier. And
he's the Maverick. We need another Maverick like him, man.
Right. So for me, I'm more happy that he's been at Liverpool and he's done more well than bad.
Yeah.
To be fair. But I can respect the others by saying that.
Yeah, you remember said that's what I was thinking. I think that 2 year locked in. But if he does stay, though, I think he will definitely be, because let's look at okay, Baz, will you consider Origi legend or cult hero?
Yeah, I mean the thing is, he I know it's kind of like, going back on what I say. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I asked that question.
Yeah. I think when you look at the differences, Origi wasn't always a starter. So he wasn't a starter, but he took his chances when he had it. He did have some stinkers as well. And to be fair, Diaz has had that as well.
Yeah.
But I would probably put Origi more of a cult hero than that. And that's just based on the games that he played. Lack of.
Origi's a legend. I'm telling you, he has legendary moments. I think he has the most Okay, this is the question for everybody. There's like 260 of you guys in here. Wow. And I want to hear this answer. Who has the most legendary moment? Origi versus Steven Gerrard. Go.
Gerrard.
Come on, don't let your emotion answer the question. Think about it, Baz. Think about it, Baz.
No, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. All right. For me, I'm hearing that Olympiacos goal.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the fact that he scored in the Champions League to bring us up there. He's won the FA Cup games on his own. It's got to be Stevie G, man. All day long. However, Divock is goated in his own way as well. It's got to be Gerrard.
I mean, Steven G, that year he did it for, well, that won't be fair. That's disrespectful to put a year. He did a year in, year out. We needed him all the time. And most of the people in the chat agree with you. But Origi, bro, remember when we played Dortmund, we went to Dortmund. He scored the goal in the Europa. We come to Anfield when we're down 2-0. He was one of the people who scored the goals. The one that everybody loves is the goal he scored against Everton when what's that goalkeeper that short little hands was messing around.
Our little T-Rex.
Little T-Rex was messing around and he scored that goal. The goal against Wolves when we were going after the quad. The goal against Newcastle the one that we came in 97 points behind, 97, and what's the name had 98. I was 98 and 99. Of course the Barcelona goals. That's like, I mean, Origi got catalogs of legendaries. I'm telling you, people are forgetting. People just went straight to Steven G because, of course, Steven G is iconic, right? It's like, why are you even comparing, or why are you bringing Origi name to Steven G? That's disrespectful. But people, I just want you guys to really, really think about it. When it comes to moments, I know Steven G, Olympiacos, moments. I'm not talking about legendary status. I'm talking about legendary moments, right? Like you said, Steven G, Olympiacos, Champions League 2005, the first goal. The following year, he does it against West Ham. I mean, he comes off the bench and scored 3 goals against Napoli. I mean, Steven G got catalogs. But Origi, I'm telling you, people. Yeah. Don't go telling people Kwesi said Origi is a better legend than Steven G. If you say that, I'm going to find you. I didn't say that. Ali, I'm watching you. You and Honesty, I'm watching you. I didn't say that. I said moments. Moments. Don't sleep on Origi, man.
Let's be real, all right?
Oh, the goal against Champions League too. The second goal against Spurs.
Yeah. No, for real. He scored in there. But I'm talking about the importance of the team. He's carried that Liverpool team for and I think obviously, over the years, it depends on generation of people as well. People like me would probably go and say, King Kenny was ours, then obviously Fowler, Rush and that. But the newer generation that are a bit younger than us would always go, Stevie G was probably the best player that's played for Liverpool. And you know what? You can't even argue with them. And to be fair, for me, Stevie G edges it. No, it doesn't edge it. He outright beats him. But that's not throwing shades on Origi because Origi, that cult hero, he's won so many important games, as well. But the thing with me is he didn't do it consistently, as in he didn't play. He wasn't a starter, and he was an impact player, and he made his impact. I'm definitely not going to throw shades on him.
No, so Hossable Zekweshi with the diva propaganda. I'm talking about, bro. I'm saying.
Yeah, we won't talk about
Now,
that.
I'm not doing I'm telling you, this is a conversation I guarantee you no content creator have thought about. And have you seen some of you guys? I start getting people looking at Origi a little different. Remember, I'm saying moments. And Baz is correct. Stephen G. It's very hard because when you talk about Stephen G, you're talking about Liverpool. So it's very hard for you to kind of take away the legendary status because he has done it almost his entire career. The only time he didn't do it is when he got injured and then when he moved on to LA Galaxy. Origi hasn't done that. Origi just have moments. So that's why I'm like, okay, let me take those Origi moments versus Stevie G moments. I'm saying he got. If we were to do a versus right now, Origi might tell Stevie G, "Can you come? Can you come to the yard? I'll be outside, but can you come out?" I don't say come outside. Can you come to the veranda, as they say it, so I can talk to you? That's all I'm saying. But in terms of legendary status, Stephen G, in the world of football, he goes toe to toe with anybody. Zidane, who else? Mention it, right? But I'm just saying, there's something people haven't talked about. Legendary moments, man. Origi is not a slouch. The only thing is he never took the game seriously. If he took the game seriously, he would have been our Isak.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, somebody, Kabak said, is Divock a legend over Xabi or Luis Garcia? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all know lost the Prem cause of Gerrard. It seems like I just opened a wound.
Let's not
Drifty has said something. Oh, Drifty also have said something similar too. Well, great mind thinks alike, man. Tell Drifty, me and him have something in common. We are not saying Stevie G is not a legend, and we are not bringing Origi to Stevie G status. Never will I disrespect my goat. I'm saying legendary status. Big up to Rasta Crab in the building. Actually, let me ask Rasta Crab. Rasta Crab, Stephen G versus Origi. That's Origi. Legendary status. Moment. Sorry. Ooh. Oh, Lord, I almost slipped. Talking about slipping, I almost slipped on this one. Legendary moment. Origi's catalog versus Stephen G catalog. Rasta, Stephen G legendary started is cemented. He is a GOAT. He's an icon. So we are not talking about his iconic career. We're talking about moments. For instance, Stevie G or Olympiacos versus Origi's corner kick.
He quickly gave that answer, man.
Oh, okay.
The answer's already on the postcard.
All right, I'll shut up.
There you go.
Oh, he's a Western bro. I mean, I'm just saying. Rasta, think about Origi, man. Think about Origi. Corner kick quickly. Newcastle. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot.
But, come on, bro. When you look at that, what he said about the FA Cup, Rasta Crab.
Yeah,
it's true. I mean, do you remember that goal? Was it the equalizer or was it the winner?
I think he scored 2 goals. The
one, the long range, was it?
Yeah, both the long shot against who was Shaka Hislop was the goalkeeper.
yeah, the Trinidadian man.
Then.
But the thing is, it was just the audacity to do that. The fact that he was tired, that shot was hit so sweetly. He
said Origi for me is CL. That's it. Do you forget the one that he made Jurgen Klopp run into the field to go hug Alisson? You forget about that goal. What else? What else? The goal against Wolves. The goals against Newcastle. I'm saying Origi got the catalog, people. Ali, see, this is what Ali is already doing.
The thing is, he's not. You know what? And big up Destin as well. Like that's your.
Yeah. See, even Dustin is saying that away goal against. That's when Salah got injured, and then Virgil told, what's his name, Big Shaq to kick in instead of Trent. and cross it in, and we won in the last minute. I'm just saying. Yeah,
Bro,
that's
his
one they
leg was
said too. Shaka
cramping up.
Hislop couldn't have saved that goal. Yeah, I remember commentators saying that.
Listen, his leg, you know what? That's a true fact there, Kabak. And not only that, this guy was absolutely knackered and he could still hit that ball that sweet, bruvs. What's that telling you, bro?
Stevie G's shot was crazy, man. That guy his shot was bad. There's one shot that he got it. It's almost identical to Tony Yeboah goal against Liverpool. The commentator screamed. He said, "I don't care if those two goalkeepers in the net, they weren't catching that one." And then there's one against
goalkeepers in his time.
Yeah, there was some big good
goals as well against Man United.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. It's not even for me. It's not even a comparison. However, I'm not going to throw shade on Origi. You know what? I'll bust him a little legend status as well for that. There we go.
Man, that was just a conversation. I'm just saying. I made people think. I think I was a little bit sacrilegious on that part. Rasta says Stevie, because of the players he had around him compared to Origi with the team he had. I mean,
great point.
I mean, that one, you're not going to get an argument with me. I was just saying, Origi has some hit, what do you call it? One hit wonders.
At left back.
Oh,
Jimmy Traore at left back in the Champions League.
Let's hope. Yeah, man. The 115. This ruling has been taking about 5 years for them to announce it. I've just given up. Screw them. But yeah, I was just saying, one hit wonders sometimes have hits, man. That's what I'm saying. You have to be like, yo.
You weren't a one hit wonder. I don't think no one said that, Quasi. Come on.
But I was sacrilegious on that one. But Mo versus Origi.
Who?
Mo Salah versus Origi. Legendary moments.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you, people. It doesn't say that these people. Mo Salah is already legendary status. We know that. But I'm talking about legendary moments.
And we move on.
I'm just saying, man. Yeah, nobody takes those Steven Gerrard type of shots anymore. I haven't seen that in a long, Stevie was having at least 2 a game. See, people are saying Origi. Give Origi his respect, man. RSPK, respect Origi, man.
No disrespect. Listen, Origi's definitely up there. Look, I even bust a little legendary thing for you guys as well. I'm not saying he was bad. Of course, he scored some very important goals. Everton, He loved Everton, and everyone loves a goal against Everton.
Yeah,
and he scored in cup finals. He scored in semi-final comebacks. There's no
league final.
I just wish, and in fact, you know what? I loved him as a player before he came to Liverpool. I used to see him on the left. He had great ball control. But the thing for me is this guy just couldn't stay fit,
and he didn't take it too seriously. Have you seen how big he is now?
I haven't. But this is the thing, innit? And he just wasn't a starter. So I think it's a bit unfair.
Yeah. Big up to Mandem, and then big up to Drifty. What's his name? Arambe was saying Drifty. I've also brought that same thing. I didn't steal it from Drifty. I watched Copish, but I didn't steal that one. This one was just Baz says something. He was talking about legendary moments, and I was like, Origi versus Stevie G. So, Origi or Suarez?
I would actually see. On that one, I would actually go and put Origi than Suarez, and I love Suarez as a player.
Suarez just scored a whole boatload of goals, but they were not legendary moments. He didn't
stay long enough, in my opinion, and it wasn't the team that
If he had us on the team like we have right now, oh my God! Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up to Mandem, man. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang around with myself and Baz. We shall be back again very soon. Ali said, "Nico, is he like us in trouble?" Bro, I just made you guys think a little bit. It was just a quiz. It was just a quiz, people. It was just a quiz.
Teeth marks.
He's a teeth marks. Are you talking about my teeth or Sarah's teeth?
I'll be the only one in it.
Big up to Rasta, man. Sorry, Rasta, I couldn't make it, man. I wanted to be on Friday Night Live yesterday, man, because me and what's his name, Maddie Mad was supposed to be going at it. I have to make it up. You guys have to bring us back on for a debate because FSG is spending that P now. He can't complain anymore. Corner taken quickly, CF final, last minute goal versus Everton are huge for Origi. That's what I'm saying, though. Ain't seen a hat trick like that. Yeah.
Kabak, to be fair, that was an epic. It wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. You know, he was a great player for Liverpool, apart from his wanting to eat people up and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
He said Maddie's still FSG out. That guy is going to his grave with that one. On his tombstone is gonna be FSG out. Oh man, big up to all you guys, man. Thank you so much. The new subscribers, man. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. You guys remember this show is not about myself or Baz talking. It was all of you guys contributing to this, man. All of you guys make this thing special. Big day for me today, man. You guys, we got a player by the name of Frimpong, which is the same as my grandfather's last name. And we're going to sign Wirtz. We're going to sign Kirkert. I'm still going to be campaigning big time for Isak. I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep campaigning. I campaigned for Musiala and we got Wirtz. So I think that if I keep campaigning for Isak, we might get him or get somebody very close to him. He said, Maddie can complain without watching, only listening. Man. Of course, I've been telling people that we're going to be spending money, and it's there. We didn't get Musiala, but we got the next best thing. So give him my credit. Thank you so much. He said we can't get Isak. It's up to Isak. Isak has to decide whether he wants to leave. If he said he wants to leave, we got the money. That's all I'm saying. He said I got the money. But big up to Mandem. Thank you so much. Please, people, hit the like button. Hit like button. Even if you don't like what I said, hit one of them like or thumbs down button. But I prefer the like one. Just hit the like button. Comment below. Say, you know what, Kwesi, you were talking shit. That's it. You know what I mean? Disagreeing with me is no problem. All we ask is just be respectful. We don't want people coming in insulting other people. We all have a point of view, and each point of view is correct. The only thing that you can challenge is facts. That's what I mean. So big up to Mandem, Kwesi Bold, Baz, peace.